So that's what I realized after a while. It's just like stick to that shit. Even my name, that's what Bogustice. That's what it means in a way. Like born original, genetic uniqueness, structured to isolate cerebral excellency. Like yo, I was born to be different from y'all. Like I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just different from what y'all do.
Someone argue that you're better.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's not for me to decide.
I respect that. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with self-proclaiming some shit, you know?
It's not, but that's some shit like, that's one of my pet peeves though. Like you ever like, I don't get in top 5 conversations. I never get in top 5.
What do you mean, like judging other rappers or inserting yourself in the top 5?
Well, let me reframe what I'm trying to say. When, say you put up a post like, my top 5 people is such and such, 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 such. You say who you is, and then now it's open for debate. And then somebody might put Bogustice in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I never get into that because, like, I mean, I admire. I might click like or appreciate you, bro. But that's just like I'm not. No more conversation. You will hear no more conversation with me about that because, one, the thing that annoys me is like, because it always happens. It's like, yo, who your favorite, who your top 5? And then, I'm gonna use me as an example. I'm gonna tag myself, Bogustice, that's my first, or this, that, I'm like, yo, like, that shows insecurity to me. And the reason why I look at it like that is because I had this debate one time. I had to clarify things for niggas one time, like, cause I had said like, yo, at the time I was like, yo, I don't really have a top 5. I only, right now, have a top 2. I don't really know. I'm talking about Buffalo. I was like, only 2 people I know for a fact that I like a lot was Conway and Product. You know what I mean?
That's a good 2.
Right. So I was like, and that's all but I was just saying.
How long ago was this? I need to know what time this was.
This was like 7 years ago.
Okay.
This was like 7 years ago.
You was on point with that. I was caping for Product, man.
Listen,
hard, man.
I always fucked with Product, man. I mean, and like before I met him, anything, I was just like, yo, even same thing with Conway. I was saying that shit before I even met Conway. You know what I mean? And then it was like, you know, the debate started happening, but then niggas be tagging themselves like blah blah blah. Like I'm like, yo, that's insecurity. Like when I say my top 5, that's after me.
Right.
Like. It's a given, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like, yo, I think that these people, if even though I don't listen to my music that much like that, like, it's after me.
Right.
That's how I view it. So for you to be saying like, oh, me, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 I'm like, yo, like, that's for the people to decide. Like, you don't always have to put yourself in that. It make you look like you ever see a nigga that like,
it's like you liking your own picture.
I don't even look at it like that. You know what I mean? Because I don't got no problem with that. But it reminds me of like when niggas like, me and you cool, right? And me and you just kicking it. Some shorty walk through and I just start acting funny. I'm like, I'm kind of trying to down you and up me. That's what it remind me of. Like you don't gotta make yourself look better. Like. You know what I mean? And that's what it seems like to me. I could be wrong, but that's the way I view it. I view it as like, yo, like, if like the people supposed to say that, like, you know what I mean? The people, so that like that's why I don't really get into them top 5 type conversations and shit like that. Cause
I agree with that. I ain't even mad at that. I used to do that on Facebook, you know, just to spark debate and kind of like. Start beefs, like you know, I used to be dumb like that, just be saying stuff just to upset people.
But and that's what I'm getting at is because you knew just saying something that's simple because you're not dissing anybody. Right. You're just saying your top 5, meaning it's gonna start beef because a bunch of insecure niggas is about to be like, yo, how I'm not in your top 5? Like, yo, you tripping, or how this, that, and the third? What you mean? Like, yo, like, shut up, dude. Yeah. Like, really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I always viewed it because every time it never fails. I always see it. I just be going looking through the comments and shit. I'm like, or they'll do this. They're like, who your top 5? They'll just post their song. Like, oh, okay.